What you're looking at is the Rivendell Library. It is a Walther's Cornerstone kit. I'm going to show you how I built it and detailed it right now on the Epic Marks Train channel. Alright, here's the start of my building. But what I'm doing now is painting the inside, not only for color inside the library, but also to stop the light from coming through. One thing I really hate is glowing buildings. So I paint the inside of them. I paint every wall, even if it doesn't show. Well, the first coat is done. Now to let it dry, and then I'll put on another coat. This might take 2 or 3 coats. I'm about to start painting the roof. On the roof I glued a piece of 180 grit sandpaper. Now emulate the rocks that they put on roofs. In the black paint here, I'm going to try not to get all over myself. I'll paint the whole roof with the black paint. And that emulates the tar. You don't have to be real careful here. Well, be careful so you don't get paint on yourself, like I almost did when I got the paint out. But now, keep painting until it's all done. What I'm doing here is pushing down the sandpaper because it buckled from the paint. I may have to do another coat. Here I'm getting ready to paint the trim and the windows. This is the piece that goes at the top of the building. I'll paint that as far as I can, and then I'll have to give it a second coat. And here I am painting the windows. I just leave them on the sprues, well, except for ones that broke off. But it's a lot easier to paint them while they're on the sprue. And these also will need a second coat. And now here's the front of the building, the doors and the 2 big windows. And the same thing. Paint them, and then you have to give it a second coat. A lot easier painting them like this than painting windows and doors that are already on a building. It's time for the floor. What I did is glued it to the floor surface. Originally the floor surface was made out of the cereal box that you see in the background, but it turned out too flimsy. So what I did was went and got some mat board the mat board that they make mats out of for pictures, and I use that instead, using the same process as you see here. What I did to make the floor was I found a picture online of a wood floor, and I opened up Word and copied it over and over and over till I filled up the sheet. I then printed it out, and as I said, I glued it on. And there you have it. Nice floor. I did that for both the first and second floors. So here I am putting a second coat of paint on the entrance to the building and on the bay window. What you see me doing here is filling in the mortar lines on the brick. One thing I can't stand is the shiny plastic brick buildings. My brother and I have used this technique for a long time. I've seen people use actual drywall mud, but that seems like it would rub off. This is more permanent. What's nice about it is when you rub it off, it also dulls down the front of the bricks. Now when the bricks are all done on the side, you can see the difference between the unfinished side and the finished side. It looks much better finished. Now I'm going to paint the windowsills, and I'm going to use a gray color because they are made out of limestone. And as everything else, I'm going to take a few coats. Alright, now I'm going to paint the copper roof. What I did is I mixed up some brown, and the brown I have is not brown enough, so I added just a touch of black to it. After the brown paint dried, then I mixed up a light green and actually a slightly darker green paint, and then added a little blue to it. This was to create a blue-green oxidation of the copper roof. And then I dabbed it on with a sponge in a random pattern. I want some of the brown to show through. Alright, now I'm making a new floor. As I said, I used cardboard from a cereal box, but that really didn't work out. So now I'm making a new floor for the library out of the mat board. After I cut it out, then I glued the wood grain floor on top of it like I did before. Here I'm taking the old floor out. So it just didn't work, it kept warping up. I also changed the walls from the cardboard to the mat board. So here I am test fitting it in the building. Seemed to work good. Now what I'm doing is cutting a space out for the wires in the back of the building. So here I am cutting out walls. As you can see, I'm using the cardboard. Later I redid these walls in the mat board. I cut them out the same way. The mat board worked so much better. It's a lot stiffer, a lot thicker. It just worked better. So this is what I'm holding is the back wall, and what I'm making now is the wall next to what would be the stairs. They have to be glued together. Now I'm about to attach the two walls together. And then glue it to the floor. But first I'm going to paint them, and I painted them the same color as I painted the plastic walls of the building. Here I'm getting ready to make bookshelves. I used stir sticks for the lumber. I cut out all the parts. Well, I got the building together. I got the walls finished, but they're not put in permanently yet. I'll put in a picture of what it looks like on the layout. But now I have to do the interior. One thing I have to do is make a bunch of bookshelves. And to make the bookshelves, I made this template. Put my cut pieces in here. glue in the top and the bottom, let it dry. I have the start of a bookshelf. I'll show you how I do those later. The other thing is I got the librarian's desk in. I bought it off of Etsy, and it's old scale. It's meant for old scale doll houses. I'll put a link to where I got it in the description. But here's the empty carcass that the parts came in, and here's the parts. Here's the parts. I started gluing the main desk together. Now I have to let it dry, and I'll continue working on it. But it's got a desk and a chair. I also bought a typewriter and a telephone from Etsy. It's going to go on the desk. Also, I'm going to make some little books to put on the desk. After all, it's a librarian's desk. I have 2 more bookcases painted. Now I'm putting books on the bookshelf. Very, very tedious work. I've been busy off camera working on furniture for the apartment and the library. I have to make some more bookshelves. I think I need 3 more bookshelves. Bookshelves are a pain to make. I did get some, like I said, I got some furniture for the apartment upstairs, a couch, a chair, and a love seat, and a dining room table. Alright, chairs that the kids didn't hold. So I'm gonna super glue them down. Here's the library out of the building, of course. You can see the people looking for books, 2 kids reading books. They're probably actually talking. and two women talking. Ah, shh, shh. Oh, here's the living room for the librarian with the couch, her table, a little side table with the radio on it. Here's another view of the same living room. And here's the finished library, looking through the windows. And here's the librarian's apartment building. The finished building on the layout. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you.